My main message today to the investors at the Investment Forum is that interest rates are going to stay low for a very long period of time, probably much longer than people expect, and it's also quite likely that central banks around the world will be thinking about printing money, not to do QE in the way they've been doing it recently, but actually to buy goods and services in the economy, and that would be what economists call a helicopter drop of money. So that is the thing that investors need to be aware of. The main problem facing the economy is there's a lack of demand, not just in Europe, but in the world economy as a whole. Now, the ECB has actually done a lot to address that by cutting interest rates into negative territory, by doing QE, and that is beginning to support activity. But one of the things that the ECB has run up against is that the transmission mechanism from lower interest rates to stronger demand, the transmission mechanism has become broken. So that means that monetary policy is less effective than it used to be. And that means that demand is weaker and it's harder for the ECB to get the economy going and to get us out of deflation. If fiscal policy doesn't work, the ECB has done all it can on interest rates, done all it can in QE, they then have to think about, well, what can we do next? And really, there aren't really many tools left in the bag, and it comes down to what economists call the helicopter money. So that would mean printing money and then feeding it into the economy, and it could be by crediting people's bank accounts, it could be by paying people to produce more public goods, produce more roads or what have you. And that would actually be a mixture of what people call monetary policy and fiscal policy, because clearly the government will want to have a say in exactly who's going to get the money, how is it going to be spent. So it's going to take a big step to do that. I think if it happens anywhere in the world, it would happen in Japan first, because I think they are the ones who have been the longest along this road, if you like. They've had deflation, they've had a long period of very low interest rates. You have to recognise that that's the environment that we're in. Don't sit in cash just waiting for interest rates to go up, waiting for an opportunity when bond yields have gone higher, because you'll have to wait a very long time. But that means that if you make that adjustment, you can invest in certain types of equity holdings. You might want to be investing in property funds. They may be a little bit more risky, but they can deliver a yield, and at the moment they are actually looking quite attractive. So this is really what we're saying to investors. You've got to really think about your asset allocation and think about how you can extend it into areas where previously you wouldn't have invested. But if you're going to deliver the returns that you need to make for retirement or for insurance or what have you, you're going to have to take that step.